Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Sam Talks Books, and welcome if you're new. I can't believe that we're literally going to be going into December soon. It's insane to think that this year is already almost over, and then it got me thinking about the perfect reads that I could read during December time, winter time. So I thought I'd do a video of all the perfect reads for winter/Christmas. I thought I'd do it now during November, end of November time, just in case you guys want to add these to your December TBR or put them onto your Christmas list or get them before Christmas time. So I've got a few here that I think would be perfect, and I'm going to jump straight into it with the first one, which is One Day in December by Josie Silver. The title kind of says it all. It's set over 10 years and around December time most of the time. Our two characters meet through a bus window. So Laurie's on the bus and she sees Jack on the bus stop, and there's an instant connection. She searches for him for a year, but doesn't find him until one day her best friend is having a party and introduces her new boyfriend that just so happens to be Jack. There's a lot that happens in this book, a lot of heartache, a lot of funny moments, a lot of missed opportunities. This is such a perfect read for December/winter time. Highly recommend it. Next up on this list is another book that I've already read, and that is The Butterfly Project by Emma Scott. So this book is set around November, December time, I think. So there is like a Christmas feel to it. I remember it definitely being a Christmassy feel because it's something to do with her going back home for Christmas. So it actually fits perfectly. You've got that wintry vibe. It's actually a really cute read about these two characters who kind of meet and then become roommates, and they both got this past, and the past for our main character Emma is definitely heartbreaking. It's not like just a romantic read. There's definitely like a contemporary side with it, but it's set around like December time, and I felt like it'd be perfect. And it's in New York City, so you get to see the big Christmas tree with an ice skating rink, which is amazing and I one day want to see. So I recommend this one. The next book is a book that I've not actually read yet. I think it's a thriller, and I just feel like you've got to have some thrillers onto like a winter Christmassy list, just because sometimes you might want to break from the romance, and that is Winter People. So I don't know too much about this one, other than I think it follows two different timelines and people went missing, and I think that is happening again. This book is loved by a lot of people. Like, I haven't really seen too much talk about it. So when I say it's been loved by a lot of people, I mean as in people I know who've read it have loved it. So I'm going to read the back. Some secrets never die. West Hall, Vermont has always been a town of strange disappearances and old legends. The most mysterious is that of Sarah Harrison, who in 1908 was found dead in a field behind her house just months after a tragic death of her daughter. Now in the present day, 19-year-old Ruthie lives in Sarah's farmhouse with her mother, Alice, and her younger sister, Fawn. Alice has always insisted that they live off the grid, a decision that has weighty consequences. When Ruthie wakes up one morning to find that Alice has vanished. In her search for clues, she is startled to find a copy of Sarah Harrison's diary hidden beneath the floorboards of her mother's bedroom. As Ruthie gets sucked into the historical mystery, she discovers that she's not the only person looking for someone they lost, but she may be the only one who can stop history from repeating itself. It sounds like it's a thriller, but I think just the whole wintry vibe to this book would be perfect if you wanted to read something that's a bit more of a thriller during the winter season. And I actually really do want to read this one, and I'm hoping I will be able to get to it. Next up is another book that I've actually already read, and that is The Chaos of Standing Still by Jessica Brody. I read this book a few months back, and I did not expect it to be as sad as it is. It's also funny. Our two characters are stranded in this airport with all the other passengers because there's a big storm and it's New Year's Eve, which is why I think this would be perfect to read during winter season. They accidentally switch phones. They both got the same phone case, and then they basically end up spending time at the airport together, meeting all these really cool people and doing all this cool stuff. But I will mention this book is kind of sad as well, because our main character is dealing with the loss of her friend who died, I think a year to date, when she's at the airport. And there is definitely some sad moments in this book, and we do go back to the past as well. But yeah, I definitely think this one is a good read for winter season. However, I cried, so probably get your tissues ready for this one, because I actually cried and I was not expecting it. But it's also a really fun read, set on New Year's Eve in an airport. And I remember when I read this one, we couldn't travel. I mean, we kind of can now, but like at the time we really couldn't travel, so it was really nice to read a book set in an airport. So the next book is another book I've read, and that is The Bright and Pale by Jessica Rugesky. I can't pronounce that. No. I have read this book, and it's set around very snowy landscapes, wintry and cold vibes, and I think that this is the perfect read for winter season. It makes you feel chilly, and you can wrap yourself up in a blanket while you're reading this one, and it's just got the perfect feel. We follow a character who escaped her little village up in the mountains that has been frozen over, and that she's been hiding since because anyone who survived it are being locked up or killed, I think. And then she discovers that her friend, who she thought was dead, isn't dead, and she has to help these people return to her village where there's this cave, and inside it's got some treasure or money or something, I can't remember the name of it, and she has to help them in order to free her friend to safety. It is definitely perfect for winter season. I would have, if I hadn't read it, I would definitely have gone for it. It's just, even the cover's got the whole like wintry, icy feel to it. So I do feel like this would be another one that's good. It's also a favourite. So I think the next lot of books might be books that I've not read. Might be. And one of these books is a new book called Baby, It's Cold Outside by Emily Baird. I'm not going to go and read the back of it straight away because I don't know too much about these. If you come to Dublin in 10 years' time, I'll be here to meet you. As Nora battles through the bustling December crowds in London, she hears the notes of a song that transports her back to the most romantic week of her life. After meeting on a blissful holiday, but knowing they had to part, a boy named Andrew made her a promise. If they are both single on Christmas Eve in 10 years' time, they will meet under the clock on Grafton Street, Dublin. Nora has no idea if he will remember, but she has nothing to lose. So, hoping for a Christmas miracle, that's where she decides to go, to Dublin, to that clock, and maybe to Andrew. But it wouldn't be Christmas without a few surprises. That sounds so, oh my god, this sounds so good, and such cozy read during like the Christmas season. I love reading romances during December time, although I say that and I haven't actually read much, because last Christmas I read one book, but like, I feel like for me personally, romances are just the perfect read, and this cover's just so Christmassy. Like, it's got all the snowflakes on it, it just looks perfect, and it sounds so good. I reckon that book's gonna be a lot of fun. The book on this list is We Meet in December by Rosie Curtis. So it's got two strangers, one house, a year that changes everything, and I'm going to read the back of this one. This December, unlucky in love, Jess is following her dreams and moving to Notting Hill. On the first night in her new house share, she meets Alex, the guy in the room next door. They don't kiss under the mistletoe, but there's still a spark that leaves Jess imagine how they might spend a year together, never mind the house rule against dating. But when Jess returns from her Christmas holiday, she finds Alex has started seeing her housemate Emma. Now Jess faces a year of bumping into the man of her dreams and apparently the woman of his. Jess is determined to move on and spend her year falling in love with London, not Alex, but what if her heart has other ideas? The perfect Christmas rom-com for fans of Josie Silver and Richard Curtis movies. This one sounds like there's going to be some drama in it, but it also kind of gives me the whole Bridger's Diary thing, and I think that's literally what it says at the top. Bridget Jones meets Love Actually. So another romance that is perfect for Christmas time / winter, because this is winter and Christmas time, so I probably should stop saying it though. Another book here that I think is so perfect for wintry vibes, and that is, I think it's a mystery. I think it's labelled as a thriller, and then people were like, it's more of a mystery, and that is One by One by Ruth Raw. Sorry. I literally just wrote. Oh my god, okay, this is dusty. From what I know about this book is they all go and stay in this cabin, and I think one by one they start to disappear, and they're literally isolated up there because there's been this avalanche, I think. Let's see. I swear. Yeah, so there's been this avalanche, so they're all kind of stuck up there, and it's something to do with like multi-million money. Something to do with some money. People keep dying, so maybe someone's trying to kill everyone off so they can get the money. But yeah, it's definitely, it sounds more of a mystery than a thriller anyway. But I just think this is like, would be a really cozy read to read during this season. Next on this list is Shiver. Again, this cover just screams winter season with the snow, and just the title itself. On the front it says, they don't know what I did and I intend to keep it that way, and it's set in the French Alps. I think it's like a reunion or something. The 5 friends in this book have not seen each other in a few years since the disappearance of, I think, another person. I think it was another friend of theirs, and nobody knows really what happened, and it seems like a bit of a mystery. Next up is another new book that I got during the month of October, and this one is so beautiful, and I don't know why, but I feel like this one just would be so perfect to read during like the festive season, and that is Midnight in Everwood. This cover just looks so festive and with the blues and the little ballerina here, the title. I don't know, I just feel like that's such a festive cover. Look how beautiful that is. And we got sprayed edges. So I'm not too sure what this one's about. It's just got in darkness of night, magic awaits. So it's like got this magical feel, and I think it's about following this character who wants to be a ballerina, but she's going to be forced to get married or something. And then she finds like this magical thing in the forest or something. Like it's apparently supposed to be really magical. I can't wait to get this one. I'm really hoping this one will be like a 5 stars. Which really should put this on my 5-star prediction video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link that one below. I predicted a bunch of books I thought that was going to be 5 stars. And I probably should have put this one on there. So we've got 2 more now. So the second to last is One Winter Morning. Again, the title is by Isabella Broom, and I'll read it back just so you guys can know what it's about. Evelyn isn't feeling festive this December. The frost and the fairy lights only remind her it's been a year since she lost the mother who took her in as a baby and raised her. She never felt more alone until she discovers her birth mother's identity and where to find her. A lifetime and thousands of miles have separated Evelyn and Bonnie, now travelling to New Zealand, could be Evelyn's chance to confront the woman who gave her up. But is she ready for what she'll find her? The answers have been looking for The answers she's been looking for: a new family to heal her, or someone she could never have expected. This one sounds actually I feel like this one's probably more contemporary. I'm not sure if this one is a romance, but it sounds like a really beautiful story about a woman in Christmas time who's just, really struggling and decides to go and find her birth mother. I think this one could be quite an amazing story. Like, I haven't actually heard anything about this one. I don't really know what to expect with that one, but I've not heard much about it. And the last one on this list, which a lot of people probably have already read. Like, I feel like this book I saw being talked about when I first started my Bookstagram. This one was on there. And this author actually bought out a new book, which I got. And that is This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm not good at pronunciation. This is one that, again, I think is set on New Year's Eve. We follow 2 characters. Got on here, which says, get ready to fall for this year's most incredible love story. Quinn and Minnie are born on New Year's Eve in the same hospital on the 1 minute apart. Their lives may begin together, but their worlds couldn't be more different. 30 years later, they find themselves together again in the same place at the same time. What if fate is trying to bring them together? Maybe it's time to take a chance on love. This sounds so good. And again, this is one I really hope to read during December time. It just sounds so perfect. But yeah, this is all my recommendations for books to read during winter season. I probably could have found some more, but it would take me forever. I have way too many books, but I just feel like this is a good bunch of books that maybe you guys would like to read or put on your wish list or Christmas lists. And if you have read any of these, let me know what you actually thought of them, because I always love to know what you guys think of the books that I'm recommending or how I've read. So yeah, let me know. I have got a bit of an announcement to make. I'm doing my first ever collab with Lexi from Lexi Reads, whose channel I'll link below. We're going to be uploading it around the 13th of December time to give us both time to be able to do it, just because I've got a lot of videos planned. I know Lexi's got like a lot going on as well, but I'm really excited. I'm not going to discuss too much what the collab is. That'll be like explained in the video, which goes up around the 13th of December. And yeah, we're both really excited to be doing this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think Lexi's already got a bit of a head start, but I haven't even started mine yet. I can't until December, just because I've got so much already going on this month. Again, I really hope that you enjoyed these recommendations. Let me know if you plan to add any of these to your wish list for Christmas, or read them, or if you've read them. I'd be really happy to know. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, morning, wherever you are, and enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and turn on that notification bell so you get alerted to when I next upload. And until next time, bye!